If you ever thought that actors have it easy, wait till you see how much time they spend on makeup chairs, doing makeup and prosthetics that can take up to 10 hours to be finished. Many films rely on the power of CGI to do the job, but nothing looks better than the physical appearance when it comes to creating a character. So, without further ado, here are the 10 actors who were forced to wear painful makeup. Number 10. Jim Carrey, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Ron Howard wanted to experience what the makeup process was like, so he had them dress him up to look like the Grinch for one day of filming.
Playing the legendary role of the Grinch gained Carrey a lot of fame and success. But it definitely didn't come easy for him. With a ton of prosthetics and makeup, Carrey felt like he was actually being buried alive in the suit. First, they had to apply the prosthetics all around his face, giving him that specific Grinch look, followed by hours of makeup to get the perfect color and shading, and after that came the hair. The entire process took up to 8 hours, and at one point Carrey couldn't handle it anymore and wanted to quit. But the production wasn't going to give up that fast, so they hired a former CIA agent who trained Carrey in torture-resistant techniques in order to get him through the movie. Number 9. Jennifer Lawrence, X-Men First Class.
Mystique.
I thought I was just gonna lay down
Could you go
for like 6 hours.
You go to the
We all remember Mystique from X-Men, but did you know her makeup took up to 6 hours? The blue paint was applied all over her body, and it took 7 artists just to get everything right. Jennifer would most times either stand or lean on something while she was getting her makeup, just to keep the circulation going. At one point, the paint caused so much damage to Jennifer's skin that they had to call a doctor. Her entire body was covered in boils and blisters due to an allergic reaction to the blue paint. After a few movies, they decided to create a bodysuit that will keep their makeup sessions short, but at the same time, this suit was so tight and uncomfortable that she couldn't even sit down. Number 8. John Rhys-Davies, Lord of the Rings.
Close your eyes for a minute. This is a new silicone piece so far.
The Lord of the Rings trilogy definitely has some amazing makeup, prosthetics, and CGI to create this amazing magical world. Along with the makeup, a lot of actors such as John Rhys-Davies had to undergo a few prosthetics attachments to create the perfect look. To get the looks of Gimli, the actor had multiple prosthetics attached to his head and then more makeup to create the finished look. However, he quickly noticed that all that makeup caused incredible irritation and an allergic reaction to his skin. Because of that, the actor took every third day off to rest his face from all that irritation. When people asked him if he would want to return in The Hobbit, he answered that he'd love to, but his face wouldn't be able to go through it. Number 7. Angelina Jolie, Maleficent. Taking the role of the evil queen Maleficent, Jolie knew that she would have to go through a long process of makeup, and she was even the one to insist that they should use prosthetics on her. Creating the perfect look and the right amount of prosthetics took a long time, up to 3 hours every day, and at the end of the day, it took 1 hour to take off the entire look. Jolie said herself that she wanted to be the perfect balance between makeup and her character, so when people saw her, they wouldn't get distracted by the makeup. The entire look included a huge headpiece, prosthetics on her cheeks, and nose and fake teeth, and she wore it 16 hours a day. Number 6. Peter Weller, Robocop.
Bionic man or bionic woman. It's not about a human-looking thing with mechanics inside.
Having your makeup done for a role is definitely not the hardest thing, but could you imagine doing a full face of prosthetics including makeup on top while you're trying to get in a robot costume? Well, Weller went through all that. The entire process of getting him ready for Robocop took roughly 10 hours a day. It took 6.5 hours just for them to do his face, and another 6.5 hours to do the prosthetics. And if you think that was it, on top of that, it took another hour just to get the suit on, which sometimes requested the actor to hold awkward poses just so they can properly attach it. Now this requests the right amount of discipline. Number 5. Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool.
Wow.
Becoming a superhero is hard, but becoming Deadpool, it seems to be much harder. For this role, Reynolds spent long hours in the makeup chair each day. The makeup definitely wasn't fun, but he sat through it. Doing his entire face and body makeup took about 8 hours, and once it was done, he couldn't sit at all. At one point, he even stated that in Deadpool 2, the prosthetics even damaged his skin. It took a team of 4 artists to create this masterpiece, and Reynolds had to wear it up to 12 hours a day on set. and then go through all this again the next day. But the actor didn't let that pull him down and he just kept going. Number 4. Dave Bautista, Guardians of the Galaxy. Landing the role of Drax was the perfect fit for this retired professional wrestler, but what he didn't expect was the amount of time it would take to put it all together. If you ever watched Guardians of the Galaxy, you know how Drax has his entire body covered in tattoos. In the first movie, he spent 5 hours a day getting every single detail on him, from the perfect color of his skin to the exact position of the tattoos, but the most painful thing came when it was time to take it all off. Given that the entire thing was very abrasive makeup, he would have to spend 45 minutes to an hour in the sauna in order for the makeup to heat up and start melting. Number 3. Kai Alexander, Game of Thrones.
So I worked with an amazing prosthetic team. I sat in a chair for 10 hours, top to bottom.
Game of Thrones has given us incredible makeup tools and amazing prosthetics put together with the right amount of CGI to create the most incredible visuals of the show. But for one actress, the entire process was like going through hell. Kai Alexander, or the actress who played the forest leader Leaf, had to go under an intense makeup process that lasted 9 or 10 hours each day. Not only did she have her entire body covered in prosthetics, she also had hours of applying hair and makeup on top of that. We must admit that just by hearing about the entire process feels painful. And could you even imagine sitting for 10 hours having an entire team put makeup all over your face and body? Number 2. Oscar Isaac, X-Men Apocalypse.
Put on, fast to take off, as cool as possible, all the stuff that you need to consider that there's a human in this costume. It was also very uncomfortable.
Taking the role of the villain in the X-Men Apocalypse made Isaac super excited to be in a superhero movie, especially when he's playing the villain. Compared to his co-stars Jennifer Lawrence and James McAvoy, he definitely had the most difficult costume. Besides having to wear a bulky heavy suit made with a special saddle so he can sit, he also went through an entire transformation where the makeup artist would glue latex and rubber to his face to create the unique look. This long process took hours each day, and once it was done, due to the rubber and latex, every time he moved his face, it would squeak loudly, so his dialogues had to be re-recorded again later. Number 1. Paul Bettany, WandaVision.
Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight, dripping lights.
The new hit show WandaVision definitely made its way to the top since it first aired. And if you think Avengers have had it hard when it comes to makeup transformations, wait till you hear about what Paul Bettany had to go through. In order for him to play the role of Vision, he wore a skin-tight rubber mask that took up to 3 hours to get it on his head, and it covered his entire head. The mask caused Bettany constant painful head squeezing, and if that wasn't bad, think about the fact that he had to wear it 10 hours a day. It made it extremely hard to hear, and there was only a small portion left of his face open so he could breathe. Now, this is some painful dedication to a role. On a related note, we wanted to know which one of these makeup transformations do you think was the most painful? Let us know in the comment section below. If you'd like to see more amazing videos such as this one, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.